Lisa Marie Varon is an American professional wrestler, former bodybuilder and fitness competitor. Varon is best known for her time with World Wrestling Entertainment under the ring name Victoria, where she is a former two-time WWE Women's Champion, and in Total Nonstop Action Wrestling under the ring name Tara, where she is a former five-time TNA Knockouts Champion. Varon started competing in fitness competitions and won ESPN2's Fitness America series in 1997. In 1999, she placed second at a fitness event in New York to earn her International Federation of Bodybuilders professional fitness card. Through a chance meeting, Varon met World Wrestling Federation performer Chyna, who encouraged her to become a wrestler. She trained in the WWF's developmental territories for 3 years before being moved to the main roster to compete full-time under the ring name Victoria. Her first TV appearance was at WrestleMania 2000 as one of the Godfather's hosts. She debuted in June 2002. 4 months later she was pushed to win the WWE Women's Championship, a title she held twice in her wrestling career. After leaving WWE in 2009, Varon debuted in TNA later that year as Tara. In TNA she became a 5-time TNA Knockouts Champion, making her a 7-time Women's Champion overall. She was also a 1-time TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion with Brooke Tessmacher, as TNT. Early life: Varon was born in San Bernardino, California. She attended Eisenhower High School in Rialto, California. During high school, she was active in cheerleading, a sport she competed in since the 6th grade. During her senior year in high school, she was nationally recognized by the National Cheerleading Association, earning an All-American Award for cheerleading and being chosen to cheer at halftime of the NFL Pro Bowl, alongside 70 other women. Varon participated in track and field events in the 9th grade. After graduation, she studied biology at the University of California, Los Angeles and medicine at Loma Linda University, with career plans of becoming a physician. She worked as a human tissue coordinator at the Inland Iron Tissue Bank in Redlands, California, where she was involved in the process of organ donation. Bodybuilding and fitness competition. Still working at the Iron Tissue Bank, Varon became a personal trainer and taught aerobics. While training at a gym, she was offered an opportunity to compete in a bodybuilding competition, a contest she won as a middleweight. She competed in fitness competitions, such as ESPN2's Fitness America series in 1997 and 1998, winning the former, and the Miss Galaxy competition in 1998, where she met and befriended Torrie Wilson. After Wilson moved to Los Angeles, California and signed with professional wrestling promotion World Championship Wrestling, she invited Varon to one of the shows. While backstage, an agent asked her to appear in a segment with Scott Hall. Through Wilson, Varon unsuccessfully attempted to obtain a contract with WCW. She later moved to Los Angeles to find work in televised news fitness segments instead. In 1999, she earned her International Federation of Bodybuilders professional fitness card after placing second at the National Physique Committee Team Universe show in New York. It was during her time working in fitness competitions that Varon also first met Trish Stratus. Professional wrestling career: World Wrestling Federation Entertainment, training and debut. After moving to Los Angeles, Varon worked as a trainer at the gym Crunch Fitness, where she met World Wrestling Federation wrestler Chyna, who complimented Varon on her appearance and encouraged her to become a wrestler. Varon put together a biography package and sent it to the WWF. She heard from Kevin Kelly 2 days later, who asked her for an interview in a month's time. With no previous wrestling experience, she looked up professional wrestling schools on the internet and trained at Ultimate Pro Wrestling in Southern California in June 2000. She wrestled under the ring name Head Bitch in Charge and appeared in a cheerleading outfit, with a snooty gimmick similar to WCW Nitro Girl Miss Hancock. She impressed WWE talent scout Bruce Pritchard during her first UPW show. Varon made her on-screen debut in the WWF portraying one of the Godfather's hosts. She was referred to as the Head Ho, and led the Save the Hoss campaign. On the August 7 episode of Raw, Varon took a bump by being powerbombed through a table by the Godfather's next persona, The Godfather. After this, she was given the name Victoria. She was removed from television in November and sent to WWF's developmental territory Memphis Championship Wrestling for extensive training. Victoria briefly acted as the commissioner for MCW and was involved in storyline feuds with Stacey Carter and Ivory. She also managed Steve Bradley before MCW closed. Varon later moved to Louisville, Kentucky to train in Ohio Valley Wrestling using the ring name Queen Victoria. She was placed as the manager of the tag team the Basham Brothers and managed one of the team members, Doug Basham, to win the OVW Heavyweight Championship on July 25, 2001. Relationship with Stevie Richards. Varon returned to the renamed World Wrestling Entertainment as Victoria on the July 7, 2002 episode of Sunday Night Heat in an angle with Trish Stratus, who Victoria claimed betrayed her when they worked together as fitness models. The storyline had her character become a demented, sadistic villain as she and Stratus feuded for months. Her first pay-per-view match was at No Mercy where she was defeated by Stratus. The following month at Survivor Series, Victoria defeated Stratus in a hardcore match to win the WWE Women's Championship for the first time. After a successful title defense against Stacy Keibler defeating her with her debut of her finisher the Widow's Peak the next night on Raw, Victoria was attacked in the ring by Stratus. Steven Richards came to her rescue, starting an on-screen relationship between Victoria and Richards. Victoria continued to feud with Stratus into 2003, competing against her in successful title defenses and tag team matches during which Victoria teamed with Richards. At WrestleMania 19, Victoria dropped the women's title back to Stratus during a triple threat match that also included Jazz. Throughout the rest of the year, Victoria was involved in matches against other divas, such as participating in a fatal four-way match for the women's title at Judgment Day and defeating Lita in the first women's steel cage match in WWE history on November 24. Victoria also defeated Ivory in a number one contenders match for the women's title on the last episode of Sunday Night Heat of 2003. After the match, women's champion Molly Holly struck Victoria in the head with the title belt. The next week on Raw, Victoria became a fan favorite when she attacked Holly after the two women were placed in a team, along with Miss Jackie, for a six-woman Happy Holidays tag team match. During her face run she began wearing hippie shorts and performed a gyrating moonsault. On January 5, 2004, Victoria was set for a title match with Holly but never got the match after she got attacked by Test. The angle with Holly continued into the next year, with Victoria defeating Holly in tag team matches. On February 23, 2004, Victoria defeated Holly, Lita and Jazz in a Fatal Fury Euroway elimination match to win her second women's championship. After defeating Holly in a tag team match the next week, Victoria was challenged by Holly to a rematch for the title at WrestleMania 20, which later became a hair versus title match. At the pay-per-view, Victoria won the match and shaved Holly's head bald. She kept the women's championship until June 13, when she dropped the title to the villainess Trish Stratus during a fatal four-way match at Bad Blood, that also included Lita and Gail Kim. She lost her rematch a week later. After defeating Molly Holly at Vengeance to become the number one contender, Victoria lost to Stratus at Unforgiven for the women's title. Prior to Unforgiven, several of Victoria's matches were interrupted by a mysterious person in drag, who was later revealed to be Steven Richards, with whom she was previously allied. After the match with Stratus, the storyline culminated when Richards challenged Stratus ally Tyson Tumcoat to a match, which Richards lost. Vince's Devils. On the May 30, 2005 episode of Raw, Victoria participated in a swimsuit contest, losing to Christy Hem. Following the loss, the storyline had Victoria become a villain by attacking the other contestants, as well as host Jerry Lawler, claiming that she had enough of the attention Hem was receiving. The two engaged in a short feud which culminated in a match at Vengeance that Victoria won. Continuing with her villainous persona, Victoria was placed in an angle alongside Tori Wilson and Candice Michelle on August 29, portraying the role of the group's enforcer, as the three women joined forces against the 2005 Diva Search winner Ashley Mercero. Massaro was assisted in the storyline feud by Trish Stratus, and at Unforgiven, Victoria and Wilson were defeated by Stratus and Massaro. The angle continued into WWE Homecoming, where the ladies in pink lost a handicap bra and panties match to Stratus and Massaro. The three of them competed in the first ever bra and panty gauntlet match where Ashley was the winner by last eliminating Victoria. At the Royal Rumble 2006 they appeared flirting with Vince McMahon. On the March 6, 2006 episode of Raw, Victoria and Candice turned on Tori during Candice's Playboy cover unveiling, starting an angle between the former teammates. A scheduled match was set to take place at WWE Saturday Night's main event on the March 18 edition with Victoria and Candice against Wilson and Stratus. As part of the storyline, however, on the episode of Raw prior to the event, Wilson was found unconscious with the implication being that Victoria and Candice had attacked her. The match eventually took place on March 27 with Victoria and Candice being defeated. The alliance of Victoria and Candice fell apart during a tag team match on July 17, in which Victoria and Mickie James were defeated by Wilson and Stratus, with Candice as the guest referee. SmackDown and departure. Victoria was given a character push on November 27 after she was booked to win a number 1 Contenders Divas Battle Royal. She gained notoriety from the match when it was reported that her kick to Candice Michelle's face resulted in a legitimate broken nose that required surgery. Following the victory, the angle had her carry a checklist to the ring which contained the names of other divas. Each week she checked a name off the list after defeating them in matches. She also defeated women's champion Mickie James in a non-title match. Victoria lost the championship match at New Year's Revolution and a rematch on January 15, 2007. On June 17, Victoria was moved to the SmackDown brand as part of the WWE supplemental draft. She became involved in an on-screen relationship with Kenny Dykstra, and the duo was placed in feuds against Tori Wilson and Jimmy Wang Yang, as well as Michelle McCool and Chuck Palumbo. While on a tour of Europe with WWE in December 2007, Varon claimed to have legitimately broken McCool's nose. Victoria allied herself with her best friend Natalya in April. At the Backlash pay-per-view on April 28, Victoria teamed up with Beth Phoenix, Natalya, Jillian Hall, Layla and Melina to defeat Mickie James, Maria Kanellis, Ashley, McCool, Cherry and Kelly. On the May 2 episode of SmackDown, Victoria teamed up with Natalya against McCool and Cherry after Natalya pinned McCool after the interference from Victoria. In October, she was scripted to lose against the debuting Brie Bella, when Bella disappeared under the ring during the match and reappeared seemingly refreshed, eventually revealed to be Brie swapping places with twin sister Nikki Bella. On the September 26 episode of SmackDown, Victoria teamed up with Natalya in losing effort to Maria and Brie Bella after Bella pinned Victoria. On the October 31 episode of SmackDown, Victoria teamed up with Natalya and Maryse in losing effort to McCool, Maria and Brie Bella. On the November 7 episode of SmackDown, Victoria was accompanied by Natalya where she was defeated Brie. After the match it was revealed that there was another Bella in which they attacked Natalya and Victoria. On the November 21 episode of SmackDown, Victoria teamed up with Natalya in losing effort to the Bella Twins. On the November 28 episode of SmackDown, Victoria teamed up with Maryse and Natalya in a winning effort defeating the Bella Twins and McCool. Following a loss in a singles match to a villainous McCool which aired on the January 16, 2009 episode of SmackDown, Victoria announced that she would be retiring. Post-match she thanked the fans, and gave farewell to staff at ringside turning face in the process. After leaving WWE, she began training for a career in mixed martial arts and practiced jiu-jitsu. She returned to WWE for one night in April 2009, when she was part of the 25 Divas Battle Royal at WrestleMania XXV, outlasting the 5 other former WWE Divas. She eliminated Maria but was eliminated by the Bella Twins. Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, debut and Knockouts Champion. On May 24, 2009, It was officially confirmed by Total Nonstop Action Wrestling that Varon had signed a contract with the company. She debuted on the May 28, 2009 episode of TNA Impact under the ring name Tara, later revealed to be short for Tarantula. She made her intentions known by attacking the Beautiful People after Angelina Love's match with Sojourner Bolt, making her a fan favorite. On the June 11 episode of Impact, Tara won her first match against Madison Rayne. On the July 1 episode of Impact, Tara began bringing a tarantula with her to the ring. After winning a tag team match against the Beautiful People, she put the spider on the unconscious body of Velvet Sky. On the July 9 episode of Impact, after Tara threatened to put her spider on Sky once again, Angelina Love agreed to put her TNA Women's Knockout Championship on the line, which Tara ultimately won. She lost the title back to Love 2 weeks later at Victory Road. On September 24 on Impact, she teamed with ODB to challenge for the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship against champions Sarita and Taylor Wilde, but they lost after Awesome Kong interrupted and distracted her during the bout. During the following 2 weeks of Impact, Kong and Tara both received one-on-one Women's Knockout Championship matches from ODB, but both of them ended up losing after the other interfered in the match. At Bound for Glory, ODB defeated both Kong and Tara in a three-way match to retain her title. During the match, Tara was confronted by mixed martial artist Kim Couture to set up an MMA fight between the two, which, however, never came to fruition. At Turning Point, Tara defeated Kong in a 6 sides of steel match. On November 26, Tara won a 10-knockout battle royal to earn herself a shot at ODB's championship at Final Resolution. On December 20 at Final Resolution, she defeated ODB to win the Women's Knockout Championship for the second time. On the January 4 episode of Impact, Tara lost the title back to ODB. 2 weeks later at Genesis, Tara defeated ODB in a 2 out of 3 falls match to regain the title, making her a 3-time champion. On February 18, 2010 episode of Impact, Tara defeated Daphne via disqualification, after she hit her with a toolbox. At Destination X, Tara successfully defended her title against Daphne, who after the match stole poison from her. On the March 29 episode of Impact, Tara retained her title against Daphne for the second time, this time in the first ever female First Blood match. On the April 5 episode of Impact, Tara was one of the 4 winners in an 8-knockout lockbox match. The box she opened contained her pet tarantula, Poison, whom she regained from Daphne, but at the same time lost the knockout championship to Angelina Love. At Lockdown, Tara turned into a villain by attacking Love after losing a tag team steel cage match against Madison Rayne and Velvet Sky. Alliance with Madison Rayne. On April 28, 2010, Varon announced on her MySpace blog that she would be leaving TNA the following month, after refusing to re-sign with the company, due to not receiving a pay increase. On the May 3 episode of Impact, Tara challenged Madison Rayne to a match at Sacrifice, where she would put her career on the line against Rayne's Women's Knockout Championship. On May 16, Tara failed in her last attempt to win the Knockout Championship, when she was defeated by Rayne, and as a result her TNA career came to an end. After her TNA career came to a halt, she continued to discuss a new contract with Dixie Carter. She returned to the company on July 11 at Victory Road as a villainess, hiding behind a motorcycle helmet and attacking Angelina Love during her match for the Women's Knockout Championship. In the following weeks she aligned herself with Rayne against Love and Velvet Sky. Tara was finally unmasked on the September 2 episode of Impact, when she and Rayne defeated Love and Sky in a tag team match, after hitting Sky with a motorcycle helmet. On the September 30 episode of Impact, Rayne signed a waiver to allow Tara to return to the ring, after losing a title versus career match, which was supposed to end her TNA career. At Bound for Glory, Tara defeated Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, and Madison Rayne in a 4 corners match to win the Knockout Championship for the 4th time, much to the dismay of Rayne, who thought Tara's intention was to help her regain the title. At the following day's tapings of Impact, Tara laid down for Rain and let her pin her to win the Women's Knockout Championship, giving her the shortest title reign in the title's history. The following week, Tara attacked Mickie James after her victory over Sarita. At Turning Point, Tara wrestled Mickie James to a double disqualification after James pushed the referee, and they began brawling. On the December 2nd Impact, Tara attacked Mickie James while she was singing her single Hardcore Country, which led to Mickie attacking her when she accompanied Madison Rayne to the ring. At Final Resolution, Tara defeated Mickie James in a Falls Count Anywhere match, following interference from Madison Rayne. On the following episode of Impact, James defeated Tara in a steel cage match. During the match, Tara legitimately tore a ligament in her elbow, but the injury would not require surgery. On the December 16th episode of Impact, Tara and Rayne defeated James and Ms. Tessmacher to make it to the finals of a tournament for the vacated TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship. The following week they were defeated in the finals by the team of Angelina Love and Winter. In 2011, Rayne would start a rivalry with Mickie James over the Women's Knockout Championship, and would successfully defend the title against her at Genesis and against All Odds, both times after interference from Tara. During the feud, Tara started to claim that Rayne had gone too far in her brutality towards James, but was forced to follow her orders due to being under exclusive contract with her and not TNA. After Rayne lost her title to James at Lockdown, James agreed to give her a rematch for it on the condition that if she is unable to regain the title, Tara would be released from her contract with Rayne. On May 15 at Sacrifice, Tara turned on Rayne during her match with James, costing her the Women's Knockout Championship and guaranteeing herself a release from her contract with Rayne. TNT and relationship with Jessie. Tara and Rayne had their first match against each other since the break-up of their partnership on the May 19 episode of Impact Wrestling, where Tara teamed with Mickie James and Ms. Tessmacher against Rayne, Sarita and Rosita. Tara won the match for her team by pinning Rosita, after Rayne, who avoided her former partner throughout the match, sacrificed her in order to get away from the ring. Tara and Rayne faced each other in a singles match on the July 14 episode of Impact Wrestling, where Tara was victorious after distracting Rayne with her tarantula. At the tapings of the July 21 episode of Impact Wrestling, Tara and Ms. Tessmacher defeated Mexican America to win the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship. With the win, Tara became one of 7 TNA Knockouts to have held both the Knockouts Championship and Knockouts Tag Team Championship. Tessmacher and Tara made their first title defense on August 7 at Hardcore Justice, defeating Mexican America in a rematch. On the September 29 episode of Impact Wrestling, Tara was defeated by her former partner Madison Rayne in a match to determine the third and final challenger for the Women's Knockout Championship at Bound for Glory. On the November 3 episode of Impact Wrestling, Tara and Tessmacher, now billed as TNT, lost the Knockouts Tag Team Championship to Gail Kim and Madison Rayne. On the January 26, 2012 episode of Impact Wrestling, Tara defeated Mickie James and Velvet Sky in a three-way match to earn a match for the Women's Knockout Championship. On February 12 at Against All Odds, Tara was unsuccessful in her title challenge against Gail Kim. On the August 23 episode of Impact Wrestling, Tara defeated Women's Knockout Champion Ms. Tessmacher in a non-title match, and was subsequently named #1 contender for her title. On September 9 at the No Surrender pay-per-view, Tara challenged Tessmacher for the Knockouts Championship but failed to capture the title. On the following episode of Impact Wrestling, Tara turned heel by attacking Tessmacher, officially ending TNT. On the September 27 episode of Impact Wrestling, Tara defeated ODB in a #1 contenders match to earn another shot at Ms. Tessmacher's Women's Knockout Championship. On October 14 at Bound for Glory, Tara defeated Tessmacher to win the TNA Women's Knockout Championship for a record-tying 5th time. Afterwards, Tara introduced her Hollywood boyfriend, the debuting Jessie. Tara made her first successful title defense on the October 25 episode of Impact Wrestling, defeating Tessmacher in a rematch following interference from Jessie. On November 11 at Turning Point, Tara and Jessie were defeated by ODB and Eric Young in a mixed tag team match. On December 9 at Final Resolution, Tara successfully defended her Knockouts Championship against Mickie James after a distraction from Jessie. On the December 20 episode of Impact Wrestling, Tara defeated James again to retain her title. Tara went on to have another successful title defense on the January 25, 2013, episode of Impact Wrestling, defeating Velvet Sky. 2 days later at the tapings of the February 21 episode of Impact Wrestling in London, England, Tara lost the TNA Women's Knockouts Championship to Sky in a Fatal Fury-Way elimination match, also involving Gail Kim and Miss Tessmacher, ending her reign at 104 days. Tara received her rematch on the February 28 episode of Impact Wrestling, but was again defeated by Sky. The following months, Tara would be rarely used competing in either singles or tag team matches. On the July 14 episode of TNA Explosion, Tara was defeated ODB in her final TNA match. 2 days later on July 16, Tara was released from her TNA contract. Varon later stated in an interview that she was close to leaving TNA prior to her release and that she would never return to TNA. Also, she said that her tenure in TNA was great, but different from WWE, and it made her appreciate WWE a lot. Independent circuit, Tara took part of Family Wrestling Entertainment's FWE Fallout pay-per-view on November 15, 2011, defeating Madison Rayne with Christy Hemme as the special guest referee. Tara returned to the promotion on February 25, 2012. Taking part of a tournament to determine the inaugural FWE Women's Champion at FWE, No Limits, losing to Maria Kanellis. Tara then helped Maria defeat Winter to win the championship alongside her partner Miss Tessmacher. Varon debuted for Ring of Honor on October 26, 2013, under her real name. She made a FAQ before Glory by Honor 12. At the event, she attacked Maria Kanellis. On November 9, 2013, Varon debuted at House of Hardcore 3. Tara and Stevie Richards were defeated by Carlito and Rosita. Business ventures: she owned a restaurant in Louisville, Kentucky called Fat Tony's Pizzeria, but sold it in May 2007. In May 2008, she and her husband opened a custom car shop, Black Widow Customs, in Louisville. The shop was destroyed on December 16, 2010. In a fire, which the authorities deemed suspicious. This occurred the day after a local TV show's Consumer Watch segment. Antoine Glenn, a football player at the University of Kentucky, wanted a refund after claiming his car was left undrivable following Black Widow Customs' work on it. He contacted WHAS 11 and the story was profiled on the show. Varon is currently focusing on owning and operating her wrestling-themed restaurant in Chicago named The Squared Circle, which she opened in March 2013. Other media: Varon has made guest appearances on television shows VIP and Nikki, as well as participated in 2 fitness competitions for the Univision program Zabada Gigante. In November 2010 she was a contestant on an all-TNA week of Family Feud, teaming with Angelina Love, Christy Hemme, Lacey Von Erich and Velvet Sky against Jay Lethal, Matt Morgan, Mick Foley, Mr. Anderson and Rob Van Dam. On November 10, 2012, Varon, along with several other TNA workers, was featured in an episode of MTV's Made. Personal life: Varon has a Puerto Rican father who is a Vietnam veteran and a Turkish mother who was a singer in Japan. She grew up with 3 older brothers, all of whom became amateur wrestlers, with the oldest brother, Bobby Soul, winning a gold medal at the 1983 Pan American Games. Varon has been married for 20 years, to Lee Varon. In an interview for the Sun Sentinel, Varon was quoted as saying she was legitimately jealous of the 2004 WWE Diva Search winner Christy Hemme. She retracted the statement on her website, claiming the reporter had twisted her words when she mentioned that she was jealous of Hemme's paycheck, as it was a lot higher than what Varon received in her rookie year. Varon has a tattoo of a heart on her ankle, which she got in high school and hid from her parents. She is a fan of motorcycles and owns a Suzuki Hayabusa. In wrestling, Finishing moves: Black Widow Euro 2002 Euro 2004, Widow's Peak, Tara Choke Bomber Euro TNA. Signature moves: Baywag, Bridging Reverse Chinlock, Diving Moonsault, Hair Pull Gore Special, One-Handed Cartwheel followed into a Hammerlock, Slingshot Somersault Leg Drop, Snap Suplex, Spider's Web, Superkick, Victoria's Secret preceded by Theatrics. Managers: Candice Michelle, Tori Wilson, Brooke Tessmacher, Jessie. Wrestlers managed: Damaja, Doug Basham, Stevie Richards, Candice Michelle, Tori Wilson, Cody Runnels, Seth Skyfire, Kenny Dykstra, Natalia, Christy Hem, Madison Rain, Brooke Tessmacher, Lauren Williams, Jessie. Nicknames: The Vicious Vixen. Entrance themes: All the Things She Said by T. ATU. Don't Mess With By the Hodolatars, Don't Mess With By the Hodolatars, Broken by Goldilocks. Championships and Accomplishments. Cheerleading, National Cheerleading Association, NCAA All-American Award. Fitness and Figure Competition, Debbie Kruk Fitness Classic, First. ESPN2 Fitness America Series, First Place, Second Place. Life Equest Triple Crown, Top 20. National Physique Committee, NPC Inland Empire Euro First, NPC Team Universe Euro Second. Women's Tri-Fitness, Iron Woman Tri-Fitness Euro Fourth, Tri-Fitness Hall of Fame. Professional Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI Woman of the Year, PWI ranked her number 5 of the best 50 female singles wrestlers in the PWI Female 50 in 2009. Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, TNA Women's Knockout Championship, TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship a Euro with Brooke Tessmacher. World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE Women's Championship. Luchas de Apuestas. Notes. References: Hamilton, Ian. Wrestling's Sinking Ship, What Happens to an Industry Without Competition. Lulu.com. ISBN A1-4116-1210-8. External links. Official website: Lisa Marie Varon's profile on WWE.com, Lisa Marie Varon at the Internet Movie Database.